what is the biggest challenge? Let's imagine that we talk about options, right? And let's imagine that you are building a strategy because you understand that there is a big opportunity in leveraging options data to potentially build more alpha on top of what you're already doing. What is the biggest challenge that you face? Let's look at the institutional side, but also for a retail customer when looking at that data set when you're trying to implement it, and what how do you overcome that?
Well, how to overcome it's more difficult than defining the problem, but I recall very clearly from interfacing with clients when I was working more on the role of a data vendor, which was really the challenge of, let's say, liquidity, right? Because oftentimes you have kind of a long tail kind of Pareto distribution where you have a lot of volume on a few options, and you have very low volume on many options, right? And then you end up with a very small tradable asset universe when it comes to the underlyings of those options. So that's one potential problem that you might face, and it really depends on really how you're thinking about your strategy. Some strategies, they do require or they benefit from a more sized universe, particularly if you are concerned about capacity of your strategy. So the more capacity you desire, the more desirable is that you have a more sizable universe, right? If you don't care about capacity, perhaps it's fine to work with universes that are smaller. But at the same time, if you are with that brings a second challenge, which is really, spreads, right? If you are at the same time that you have fewer underlines that are that would be available to you from those options that are highly traded, you're gonna typically have tighter spreads for those highly traded, which perhaps would cost less, and you can trade faster. But that would not be the case for the others that are traded less, right? So there is this trade-off between really, asset size or universe size, and also spreads and volume traded. So I think that's a big consideration that you should have, but really depends on your type of strategy. Some strategies would care about these things that I'm talking about. Other strategies won't.
All right, makes sense.